What we'd like to go over here is how the traditional document management system works. So you start off with your pieces of paper or your groups of paper, and you scan them. Then they turn them into images, usually TIFF files, which gets indexed. Usually this is going to be a human process, and if it's going to be done well, it's pretty much always going to be a human process. Then this goes with a database where you have, it's going to take your job number, your job name, your document type, etc., and use that to help index the file. Once this is done and it's tagged properly, then it's going to go into an index database, which has kind of crazy letters that you can't understand. And this is kind of how the documents are found. So if you know what 00A4567F means, you would actually know what document that is. If you have no idea, then you would have to look at each individual document if the database gets corrupted. And then in order to get your job back, you put in your job number. It's going to retrieve it from the database, which it's grabbing from these crazy numbers over here. So this is basically your typical document management system. And you'd be able to look at it and realize essentially what that document was. Now, a file-based document management system, which is going to work a lot more efficiently, is going to start off, same thing, paper. You're going to scan it, and the scan is going to turn it into images. Now, these images should be batch indexed, and so you just take a group of them, and you're going to index them all at the same time, using the same kind of plug-in where the software is going to pull job name, document types, document dates, AP invoice, etc. From the accounting system, and you kind of match it up to make sure that the indexing is done properly. And then it just goes into standard Windows folders, which would be like jobs, and then which jobs people were working on. And the particular files would have a name like invoice number 14589, and then the date, and then the dollar amount.pdf, which you could take off and essentially archive that later, and you have all the files. They're in PDFs, they're easy to find, you know where they are, and you don't have to worry about that image database in between. So there is no database to get corrupted here. You have access to your own files, and this is how our system works. So you have your other system or your file-based system. We believe in the file-based document management system, and hopefully this helps explain how ours might be different.